How many times have you ever driven to work only to arrive and remember little, if anything, about the details of how you got there? That is just one of the ways routine shows up in our lives. We put things on autopilot and let our subconscious do the, driving, as it were. This is also closely related to the destination of most routine activities, our comfort zone. This is one of our ways of not having to be particularly conscious or present to every single thing we do. While it can make some things more efficient, it almost by definition means that we are not fully present or available to new possibilities. And therein lies the problem of allowing relationships to fall into routine. It has been my personal experience that relationship routine, left unchecked, can lead to the slow death of even the greatest of relationships. Fortunately, I believe there's a way out of this relationship rut and ways to keep out of it for good. What I'm about to share is simply my opinion based upon personal experience and observation of others. Feel free to take whatever value you may hear and ignore the rest. Let's start with the premise that any time you do or participate in something routine, it also means you're not, fully consciously present. If we accept that idea, then it's fairly easy to see how couples that allow aspects of the relationship to become routine, which unfortunately quite often includes the bedroom. And that outcome is the primary reason routine can kill relationships. It's my belief, supported by experience, that for any relationship to thrive, it requires both parties being fully present for each other at least part of the time, and most importantly, during physical intimacy. Sex without presence really isn't intimacy or connection. It may be great for getting off, but does nothing to deepen and strengthen the relationship. Now, you know how your car has warning lights indicating something is wrong or about to go wrong? Well, relationships have them too. They're just more subtle. If you don't remember the last time you both did something really different and fun, that, my friend, is a relationship warning light indicating you have started to slip into routine. If you find you and your significant other have fallen into routines that are beginning to, dull the spark you once had, here are some steps you can take to immediately break free from it. First, just acknowledge it. This means both parties being willing to authentically and vulnerably communicate what each sees as disconnecting or boring routines that have taken over the relationship. This particularly includes aspects of your physical intimacy. It is crucial to first get out in the open what each sees as routines that are strangling the relationship. Be willing to get out of your comfort zone. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the primary reason we fall into routine is that it feels comfortable and non-threatening. This means that if you truly want to break free of your routines, each of you must be willing to go outside your comfort zone to allow possibilities to present themselves that neither of you even expected to exist. For example, my partner and I spent a recent Halloween not only in San Francisco, the mecca for colorful display of people in costume, but in the very anything-goes Castro district. Do you see what I mean about doing something, different? We had a blast. And finally, be adventurous. Consider things neither of you have done before, but might be interesting to both. It is in the spirit of adventure and seeing what shows up that my partner and I keep routine at bay. And frankly, it is usually an incredible amount of fun and often quite insightful. We love discovering new things about people, the world, and of course, each other. And the only sure way to do that is be open to that possibility. Here's another example. Instead of driving the car to downtown San Francisco, we took public transportation. Well, the party started right there. What an amazing array of costumes and personalities we saw. The fun started right there and then, and that set the tone for the rest of our evening. Now, all of this begs the question as to how you're able to stay in this kind of space where there is little room for routine. Now, ironically, it takes quite a bit of discipline from both parties to keep yourselves out of a relationship rut. That's because our minds are very tricky about turning anything new into yet, well, another routine. There's often a thin line separating cherished traditions from boring routines. Now, here's some of the things my partner and I do to keep things fresh and exciting. Well, we love to take short trips, and long ones for that matter, but we do our best to travel, even relatively short distances, to places neither of us have been before, or at best infrequently. We try new restaurants all the time, at least once a month, just because. We check out new and different activities around town. My sweetie is particularly good at this. She is constantly scanning the local paper for new and interesting things and events and so on. We often play new games. I recently taught my partner how to play Monopoly. Now, she's from Brazil, never heard of it before, and now she loves it. We attend interesting lectures. We both have minds that are insatiably curious, so we are always on the lookout for new and interesting things to learn. But our favorite is being erotically adventurous. It seems we are always exploring the boundaries of what is possible with respect to our emotional, physical, and even spiritual intimacy, and have yet to find any limits. Every week we look to do and explore something different. We may not always succeed, but the very act of being disciplined about it keeps things fresh for us. Now, while all this may seem to be quite a bit of work, which it sometimes is, we both find it to be far superior to the alternative, a dull, lifeless relationship that never gets better.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Extraordinary Intimacy with Michael J. Russer. For all speaking, media interviews, and workshop inquiries, go to michaelrusserlive.com. For private intimacy coaching, send an email to coaching@michaelrusserlive.com.